It's 58 degrees, 10 minutes past 8 o'clock now. Good morning to you. We've got a nice looking Thursday here, October the 3rd, and we've got a guest with us. Jim Cerny is here from the Hudson Valley Venom. He's the voice of the Venom. So let's hear that voice. Good morning, Jim.
I have a buddy that calls me Venom voice now, so I don't know
Oh,
if that's as good as being the voice of the Venom.
well, yeah. Yeah. So you are a long-time hockey broadcaster. You have an amazing resume. You want to tell us about it, please?
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you, and thank you for having me and supporting the Venom even before we dropped the puck
Can't
on the
wait.
season.
Can't wait. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been really fortunate. I was or I am a New York kid. I grew up in Queens, and my first break in the business was to do play-by-play on the radio for the New York Islanders,
For the
which
island, and that
was
was your first break?
that
Oh,
was my first. Well, I guess yeah. I interned
wow.
at CBS Radio, and then I worked at small radio stations, and
Yep,
then
yep.
got to know the Islanders. I was doing a hockey talk show, and then but my first major break was the Islanders gave me that opportunity, and just
And you
needless to
loved it.
say, love it. Yeah, I calling baseball. I've called all the sports, but calling hockey is it's indescribable. It
Why?
really is.
Because it's faster paced or what?
It's so faster paced. There's
Yeah,
so much going on. You're looking left, you're looking right. Guys are hopping over the bench. These guys are coming off. These guys are battling in the corner. The puck is over here, saved by the goalie. They're going the other way. And, they're constantly changing. And it's so funny. I would do minor league baseball when I also broadcasted for the Islanders. So during the summers, I would do baseball and you have to do a 180 and slow everything down and
yes.
tell stories and there's all this time between the pitch and the guy's out, he's knocking the dirt out of his cleats and you're filling time and the players aren't changing as much and
Yeah.
it's totally different, but I always love that change in pace from season to season.
But the
uh,
excitement of hockey is what you love best?
Oh yeah, I do. I love it. It's really funny. I was a baseball player and a football player growing up, and I played street hockey in the streets of Queens. We play roller hockey and just run around, put on your sneakers hockey, and but
Sure.
I never really was an ice hockey player. Played a little bit just for fun. But through college, I played baseball. That was my thing. But I always loved hockey and passionate about it and understood the game. And like I said, the Islanders gave me an amazing opportunity. And several years after that, I worked 10 years for the New York Rangers, more in a pregame, postgame mode, not the play-by-play.
Hmm.
But I also ran their website. Um, which was a great experience. I was like their in-house beat reporter. So if you could have a newspaper person working for the team, reporting on the team, every practice, every game, travel with the team, all of that was me.
So
So
you
pretty cool.
that's wonderful. And now you bring all of this expertise, all of your experience to the Hudson Valley Venom. This must be exciting for you because you live in the Hudson Valley too. And how do you feel about having a local professional hockey team come here?
So fired up. My wife laughs at me because, you would think, yeah, you've worked with the Islanders and the Rangers, you've worked for the NHL as well. Here's a single A minor league hockey team. But I'm like, it's in our backyard.
It
This
is.
is
It's
this
right
is
here.
our team,
Yeah. Yeah.
and to come join them in the inaugural season. So, where everything's new. It's going to be one first after another, first player sign, first coach, meeting the first fans that come through the doors, the first games. And I think it's so, so neat. And again, to have it be part of my greater community, in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
We've since '94, we've lived in Westchester and we live right along the Hudson River. And it's so neat to think that we've got our own.
Yeah.
Now not only have our own team, but wow, I get to be a part of it too and get welcomed into the family by the Mannings. It's super exciting for me. So,
Sure.
uh, and
Now,
and I hope for all the fans out there as well.
and your role with the Hudson Valley Venom, we've been saying, okay, you're the voice of the Venom. What does that mean that you'll actually be doing?
Yeah, so we're going to stream our all of our games, our home games will be streamed on the Hudson Valley Venom YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it's just like flicking on TV and watching the games. You're just streaming it instead on our YouTube channel and just handling the play-by-play, broadcasting the game, just like I've done
Now,
for years.
when Wall Radio broadcasts high school football, for example, we have two announcers, and one providing the play-by-play, and the other providing color details and things. I don't think you could do that with hockey because there's no room for two people. Is that right? It's just all you.
Well, so I've been fortunate in my career to get to work with color people,
Uh huh.
and in fact, the last few years, I spent some time with the Danbury Hat Tricks, who are going to be our big rival.
Boo,
Big
boo. Yeah,
rival. I
yeah.
was with them for 3 years because I was very familiar with the person that runs the team there, Herm Sorcher, great guy, and I would work with their broadcasters. I would be their color guy, but I'd also help bring the young broadcasters along, but provide insight. So there is room for a color guy or
Okay.
color person,
Uh
and
huh.
we hopefully will welcome in somebody to do that. Could be a player that's not playing that night, or it could be another broadcaster, or it could just be me. It's funny. Everybody says, "Oh, in the NHL, you have the best of everything." I did an entire season of Islander games. This is the NHL,
Yeah.
but it was at a time where the Islanders were going through ownership transition and everything was bare bones. And so for every game, all 82 games, I did pregame show, play by play, no color person, in between periods, and postgame show, all by myself. People had to be sick of hearing my voice.
No, no, I'm sure they weren't, but I bet they didn't realize what that cost you every time you had to do that much. That's a lot. That's a lot. So you'll be doing play by play for the live stream of the Hudson Valley Venom games. Plus, will you be the voice like there locally? We'll hear you announcing things over the loudspeakers at the
So
rink?
that's the PA announcer, and somebody
Oh,
else
that's
handles
somebody
that.
else.
So
Oh, okay.
so somebody that tells the fans what the next promotion is, or announces this player scored the goal, or the penalty goes to this player. Or,
Or, hey,
um,
look, it's somebody famous sitting in the bleachers. Yeah, yeah.
exactly when
Okay.
you come to a game and they put the spotlight on you, somebody else will be the one announcing, "Hey, Brennan's at the game. Hey!" And people will cheer, and
Yeah.
it'll be awesome.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. But all right, now I have to ask you. Hockey is a good example of this. How do you get to comfortably pronounce all of the names? Do you sit home for like 3 days in advance rehearsing and practicing?
So very, very funny question that you asked there, and a very good question. Yes, you've got to get it right,
Yes, you
because you're
do.
gonna you're gonna upset a player, you're gonna upset an
And they're
organization.
bigger than
Worst
you,
of
probably. Yeah.
right, worst of all, you're gonna upset somebody's wife, mother, or father.
Oh,
If you get the name wrong, but it happens from time to time. But the one thing is, in the NHL, well, these guys. You watch games on TV, even games that you're not broadcasting, you're always following things. And there's a broadcaster's guide with players' names at this level, literally. And there's so many player changes. You're going up to sometimes the coach of the other team or the other team's broadcaster and say, "How the heck do you say his name?"
yes.
And it's 10 minutes before the broadcast starts.
Yes.
And you're
Yes.
just praying that you remember to say it correctly. At least with your own team, you're more familiar with the players.
Right. Right.
With the other team, sometimes at this level of minor league hockey, it's a little bit of a challenge, and you hope that you get a little bit of a grace period, if you will.
Yes, yes. I know sometimes, we have to sound like, oh, I've been pronouncing this word or this name all of my life. I know how to say this. And in the meantime, you were frantically Googling it just a minute before. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you do. I can't wait to hear you at work. The Hudson Valley Venom season starts in, what, 2 weeks now? Right?
Yeah,
Just about
we're
two
yeah
weeks.
we're closing in. So the run up to the season, first of all, God bless those that are putting the arena together.
Ice
Making the
Time
additions.
Sports in
Ice,
Newburgh. Yep.
yes, Ice Time Sports Complex in Newburgh. That's where the games are going to be played. That's also where the team's going to practice. They're fixing up the locker rooms to make them more professional, building a coach's office, stands for the fans, paint jobs, broadcast booth. They're getting all this done. That's the behind the scenes stuff. But then as far as the team's concerned, Coach Josh Newberg is in town now. He's settled in to Newberg. Pretty cool, right?
Good for him.
Newberg is coaching in Newberg.
Yep.
Uh, and so Coach Newberg's in town. He's going to hold, along with assistant coach MJ Merkel, they're going to host a tryout camp this weekend. So those are for extra spots on the roster. Maybe somebody you've missed along the way, somebody with pro experience that's looking for another opportunity. And then the regular training camp starts next week. And then next Friday, so that would be Saturday the 12th, not Friday, Saturday the 12th, will be a preseason game, 8
That's the
o'clock
one
at Ice Time
against
Sports Complex.
That's the one against Danbury, right?
It is. It's the beginning of the I-84 rivalry. We're right off at 84. They're right off 84. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. But that'll be a preseason game. So it'll still be some guys trying to make the team, some guys that are on the team in their final go before the final roster is set. And then we open up the season at home on the 18th, the Friday night at 7 p.m. Doors open an hour before puck drops for each event. So for the preseason game and the regular season games. And yeah, so there's not a lot of time here, not a lot of practice time, not a lot of tryout time, and still a lot of work to be done. But the roster is still coming together. But I know Coach Newberg is on top of these things, and everybody's so fired up to get this thing going.
Yes, the Hudson Valley Venom. We have to take a quick break. We're talking with the voice of the Venom, Jim Cerny. We'll be right back on Wall Radio. 824, 58 degrees at Wall Radio. Having a good time talking to Jim Cerny this morning. He's the voice of the Venom, the Hudson Valley Venom, opening their season, preseason, on October 12th, which is next week. And then their first official game is October 18th, and you can get tickets still, HudsonValleyVenom.com. They say to go to the box office if you want to save those extra fees and things. Go directly to the box office. Jim, what are you looking forward to most about this upcoming season with the Venom?
Wow, that's a great question because there are so many aspects. We talked about it before, all the firsts.
Yes.
I was really fortunate earlier in my career to work for a minor league baseball team, the New Jersey Jackals, who used to be in Montclair, New Jersey, in their inaugural season. And it was just so neat, the energy around it. Everything's new and new fans coming through the doors, new place to play, new players, new this, new that, first game, all of it. And it was it's such a special memory. And so, translating that now to my hometown team, the Venom,
yes,
is going to be, it's really going to be neat. I'm looking forward to all the firsts. I'm looking forward to meeting the fans, building the fan base, because where we start is not where it's going to end at the end of the season in April. It's going to be a continual build, and new people will come in, new fans will find us, and I look forward to that. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm a hockey guy, so I'm fired up about the hockey, and and working closely, with Coach Newberg and assistant coach MJ Merkel. They are great guys. They're people I'm familiar with because I've been in and around the league a little bit. So I already know that they're terrific guys, and our time working together the past month has been awesome, and looking forward to a full season of that. So, and just being able to talk hockey, talk local hockey, build this thing up with great people like you and the opportunity here at Wall. Those are the things I'm most looking forward to.
Anytime I get a chance to talk shop, oh my goodness, I'm off and running, and that's it. And you were telling me before we went on the air that there were times when you'll finish up a game, and the game is over, and you'll leave, and you'll be standing out in the parking lot chatting and talking shop with somebody for an hour.
Yeah,
it's just a love of what you're doing.
Yeah, sometimes to my family's chagrin, I have done that. But I think that's how you build a bond, and it extends way past me. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm a conduit really between the fan base and the team itself. But the cool thing is at this level of professional hockey is that the fans are literally going to be able to reach out and touch the players and the coaches who are much more important to them than I'll ever be. After games, the players are going to be there. They're going to be at tables. They're going to be meeting the kids. They're going to be signing autographs. You're not going to have to hunt down your favorite Venom player. They're going to be there.
They're not going to
They
be running
get
away wearing sunglasses and
it.
sneaking into the back seat of somebody's car. They want to meet.
No,
And now I
right.
understand that the fans are going to be called the Fang Gang.
Yes, the Fang Gang.
The Fang Gang.
Absolutely. How great is that going to be?
Oh,
Fear the
so
Fang. Fear the Fang Gang. Now, Danbury thinks they've got the toughest crowd in the league, and they are tough on opposing players. So we're going to have to build up the Fang Gang here to be as tough, if not tougher than them. They've set the bar high.
and Danbury's close enough that lots of them can come and visit. It's
Yes.
just a short drive to Ice Time Stadium for them. So
Yeah.
we got to show up too.
Well, that's exactly it. Go down, 84, head east on 84 and get to Danbury. And when the Venom are on the road, that's not that far on the road,
That's right. We could
go
show
check
up
them out
and
there.
overwhelm
Absolutely.
them. Yeah.
And there are other teams that aren't so far away. All the games are played on the weekend in this league. So, Binghamton's not a far car
No,
ride for
that's
those
2 hours. Yeah.
right, that become really invested in the team. You got Binghamton, Watertown's probably a little bit longer trip, but those are some of the, hey, what are we going to do this weekend? Oh,
Let's
you know,
follow the Hudson Valley Venom.
yeah, and you'd be surprised in this league, the passionate fan bases, and there's already a booster club for the Venom. The team hasn't played a game yet. There's a booster club, which is awesome. And that's what a booster club will do. They'll set up these road trips, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. And at the end of the day, minor league sports, and I've worked in the NHL and I've worked in the minor leagues. Um, the cool thing about minor league sports is that it's fun, affordable family entertainment. That's what
And
it is.
and
You
here we
come
have it
down
right here. Yeah.
and it's right in your backyard, our backyard.
Hmm.
And I think that's great. And so hopefully not just, the fans and the curious people that want to see what's going on from Newburgh come, but up and down the Hudson Valley. I live in Westchester,
Hmm.
but this is a slam dunk for me. That this is my team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drive up. It's an easy drive up for me. So we're really hoping that the whole broader community embraces what's going on here.
I hope so too. I'm looking forward to it. The Hudson Valley Venom, their website, hudsonvalleyvenom.com. The first game is preseason next week, October the 12th. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action because I will be at as many games as I can make. Thank you so much for coming on today.
That's awesome, Kate. Thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, bye.